Colombia, a lively South American nation with over 50 million people, is famous for its coffee, emeralds, and vibrant culture. But behind its beauty, Colombia leans heavily on other countries to keep its economy and society running. Without these key partners, things could fall apart fast, trade would dry up, jobs would vanish, and families would struggle. In this video, we rank the top 10 countries Colombia can't live without, counting down from 10 to 1 with jaw-dropping facts, like subscribe and stick around till the end to find out who's number 1. Number 10, Panama. Panama's strategic importance to Colombia in 2025 cannot be overstated. The Panama Canal, a marvel of engineering, facilitates the passage of 35% of Colombia's export shipments, which are valued at an astounding $15 billion. This includes critical commodities such as coffee, flowers, and textiles, which are staples of Colombia's export economy. Bilateral trade between the two nations surpasses $2.5 billion, encompassing a wide range of goods and services. Additionally, Colombian workers in Panama contribute significantly to the economy back home, sending approximately $300 million in remittances each year. Panama's robust banking sector provides essential financial services to Colombian businesses, fostering growth and stability. Furthermore, collaborative security initiatives between the two countries play a crucial role in combating drug trafficking and organized crime, ensuring regional safety. The absence of this partnership would have catastrophic consequences. Shipping costs would skyrocket, exports would dwindle, financial systems would destabilize, and economic stagnation would loom large. Colombia's trade lifeline would be severed, leading to a potential collapse of its export-driven economy. Number 9, Canada. In 2025, Canada's substantial $2 billion investment in Colombia's mining sector is a cornerstone of the latter's economy, directly sustaining 12,000 jobs in gold, copper, and coal extraction. These mining operations are not only vital for employment, but also for the revenue they generate through exports. Colombia exports $1.2 billion worth of goods to Canada, primarily coal and coffee, which are integral to its trade balance. Additionally, the Colombian diaspora in Canada, numbering 120,000, contributes significantly through remittances, sending $400 million back home each year. This influx of funds supports families and fuels local economies. The partnership extends beyond economics. Canada provides aid for education and sustainable development, enhancing Colombia's social fabric. Without this relationship, Colombia would face a dire scenario. The mining sector would collapse, export revenues would plummet, and social programs would be severely underfunded. Unemployment could surge by 5%, and the resource-based economy would teeter on the brink of ruin. Number 8, Germany. In 2025, Germany's role in Colombia's economy is multifaceted and indispensable. As a major importer, Germany purchases $900 million worth of Colombian goods, primarily coffee and bananas, which are staples of Colombia's agricultural exports. Beyond trade, German investments in Colombia's manufacturing sector, particularly in automotive and chemical industries, support approximately 8,000 jobs, fostering industrial growth and technological advancement. Germany's commitment to sustainability is evident through its funding of renewable energy projects such as solar and wind farms, which are crucial for Colombia's transition to a green economy. This partnership also extends to educational exchanges, with Colombian students benefiting from German scholarships and training programs. The absence of this relationship would have severe repercussions. Exports would decline sharply, industrial sectors would stagnate, and Colombia's ambitious sustainability goals would be derailed. The economy could contract by 2%, and Colombia would lose its primary European trade anchor, risking economic isolation and diminished global competitiveness. Number 7, Ecuador. In 2025, Ecuador's proximity and shared resources make it an essential partner for Colombia. Bilateral trade is projected to reach $3.5 billion, encompassing a diverse array of goods, from agricultural products like bananas and shrimp to manufactured items. A critical aspect of this relationship is the shared energy infrastructure. Colombia relies on Ecuador for electricity imports through interconnected grids, ensuring energy security for both nations. Socially, the two countries manage a significant migrant population with approximately 500,000 individuals crossing the border for work, family, or refuge. This migration, while challenging, also enriches cultural exchanges and labor markets. The partnership extends to environmental conservation, particularly in the Amazon region, where joint efforts protect biodiversity. Without Ecuador, Colombia would face a 10% drop in regional trade, severe power shortages, and heightened refugee pressures, particularly from Venezuela. The southern economy would suffer and border stability would be at risk, potentially leading to social unrest and economic decline. Number 6, Venezuela. The relationship between Colombia and Venezuela in 2025 is fraught with complexity, but remains indispensable. The ongoing political and economic crisis in Venezuela has led to an influx of 2.5 million refugees into Colombia, placing a significant strain on the latter's social services and infrastructure. Colombia allocates approximately $5 billion annually to manage this humanitarian challenge, providing healthcare, education, and housing. Despite these difficulties, informal trade persists, particularly in gasoline and electricity, which are smuggled across the border due to Venezuela's subsidized prices. This trade, while unofficial, provides essential goods and economic activity in border regions. Historically, the two nations share deep cultural and familial ties, with many families spanning both sides of the border. Without this relationship, Colombia would face an overwhelming financial burden from refugee costs, border security would deteriorate, and regional instability would escalate, potentially threatening Colombia's sovereignty and economic stability. This partnership, though challenging, is crucial for survival. Number 5. Mexico. In 2025, Mexico stands as a pivotal partner for Colombia within Latin America. Bilateral trade is projected to reach $4.5 billion, with Colombia exporting coal and importing machinery, which supports its industrial sector. The Pacific Alliance, a regional trade bloc that includes Mexico, Colombia, Chile, and Peru, fosters economic integration and facilitates access to Asian markets, enhancing Colombia's global trade prospects. Mexican investments in Colombia's telecommunications and retail sectors create approximately 10,000 jobs, contributing to economic stability and growth. Culturally, Mexico's influence is profound, with telenovelas, music, and cuisine deeply embedded in Colombian society. Educational exchanges and tourism further strengthen ties. Without this partnership, Colombia would experience an 8% decline in trade, weakened regional cooperation, and a loss of jobs, potentially shrinking GDP by 3%. The absence of Mexico would fracture Colombia's Latin American support network, undermining its economic and cultural resilience. Number 4. Brazil. In 2025, Brazil's economic and environmental significance to Colombia is unparalleled in South America. Bilateral trade is expected to exceed $6 billion, with Colombia exporting chemicals and importing vehicles, which are vital for its transportation sector. Brazilian investments in Colombia's agriculture, particularly in coffee and palm oil, enhance productivity and sustainability, supporting rural economies. The two nations collaborate on Amazon conservation, implementing joint policies to protect biodiversity and combat deforestation, which is crucial for global climate stability. Culturally, Brazil's influence is evident in Colombia's love for soccer and samba, fostering a shared identity. Defense cooperation, including intelligence sharing and military training, strengthens regional security. Without Brazil, Colombia would face a 10% drop in exports, compromised food security due to reduced agricultural support, and accelerated environmental degradation. The economy could contract by 4%, and Colombia's connection to South American markets and environmental initiatives would be severed, leading to isolation and decline. Number 3. Spain. Spain's relationship with Colombia in 2025 is deeply rooted in history and continues to be economically and culturally significant. As a former colonial power, Spain shares linguistic and cultural bonds with Colombia, which are reflected in shared traditions and values. Economically, Spain is a major importer of Colombian goods, with purchases of oil and coffee totaling $2.5 billion. Spanish investments amounting to $3 billion are concentrated in banking, energy, and telecommunications, providing stability and growth opportunities. The Colombian diaspora in Spain, numbering 350,000, contributes $500 million in remittances annually, supporting families and local economies. Educational exchanges and tourism further enrich this partnership. Spain's support for Colombia's peace process and development initiatives underscores its commitment to the nation's stability. Without Spain, Colombia would experience a sharp decline in trade and investment, leading to a 6% rise in unemployment and weakened cultural connections. The economy would face severe risks, potentially spiraling into freefall. Number 2. China. In 2025, China's influence in Colombia is profound and multifaceted. As the second largest buyer of Colombian exports, China purchases $12 billion worth of goods, primarily coal and oil, which are crucial for Colombia's trade balance. Additionally, China's Belt and Road Initiative has led to $10 billion in infrastructure investments, including roads, ports, and 5G networks, which are transforming Colombia's connectivity and technological landscape. However, this partnership comes with risks, such as potential debt traps and over-reliance on Chinese funding. Culturally, the relationship is growing, with an increasing number of Colombians learning Mandarin and participating in exchange programs. Without China, Colombia would face a 20% drop in exports, stalled infrastructure projects, and emerging debt crises, potentially reducing GDP by 8%. The modernization drive would come to a halt, and Colombia could face economic collapse, highlighting the delicate balance of this critical partnership. Number 1. United States. In 2025, the United States remains Colombia's most indispensable partner, with economic, security, and cultural ties that are deeply intertwined. The U.S. is the largest market for Colombian exports, purchasing $18 billion worth of goods, which accounts for 35% of total exports. These include oil, coal, coffee, and flowers, which are vital for Colombia's economy. Additionally, the U.S. provides $1 billion in security aid, supporting efforts to combat drug trafficking and maintain peace, particularly in rural areas. The Colombian diaspora in the U.S., numbering 1.2 million, sends $2 billion in remittances annually, bolstering household incomes and local businesses. Culturally, American influence is pervasive, from Hollywood films to fast food chains, shaping Colombian lifestyles. The U.S.-Colombia trade agreement further cements economic ties. Without this partnership, Colombia's GDP could plummet by 15%, security infrastructure would collapse, and drug-related violence could resurge, potentially leading to total societal and economic collapse. Colombia's survival hangs on these 10 countries, trade, jobs, and culture all tied to them. Without this global crew, Colombia could face chaos. Next time you sip Colombian coffee, think of this wild web. Like, subscribe, and watch more to see how the world connects.